It's been a big week for Tim Hudson. Last Saturday, Hudson said goodbye to the place where it all began. And the fans in Oakland said goodbye to one of their heroes. On Tuesday, he made his last start in front of the faithful here at AT&T Park. And today, Hudson gets one more tribute as he walks off into the sunset. Saturday afternoon baseball here at AT&T Park as we get ready for Giants baseball, game 2 of this 3-game series, Rockies and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, since the Giants have been eliminated from postseason, it really gives us an opportunity to talk a lot about some of the ceremonies and a couple of the players that are leaving this team and retiring. And today, it's a day for Tim Hudson, and he'll be honored very shortly. And Mike, I want to ask you about not just Tim Hudson as a man or as a father, but about what he brought to the game and the difference between him now and what he was like when he opened up in 1999.
Well, there's one thing that's not very different at all, and that's his love of the game. I mean, he's as enthusiastic about going on, putting his uniform on and taking the field as he was the very first time he ever did it in an Oakland uniform. And I think that says everything you need to know about the guy. Great teammate. And he has won 3 cities over. They love him in Oakland, they love him in Atlanta, and they love him here in San Francisco. He's a champion, a 222-game winner. He leaves the game with more wins than any active player, and really will at some point give a great argument as to why he should be in the Hall of Fame. But more so even than what he's done on the field, he's been better than that in the clubhouse and in the community. He is a true champion.
All right, let's get this ceremony started. Now let's go down to the field for Rennell.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please direct your attention to the field as we welcome our MC for a truly special ceremony today. Please welcome our friend from the Giants radio broadcast booth, the Hall of Famer, Mr. John Miller.
Thank you, Rennell. And thank you, fans. This afternoon, the Giants are proud to commemorate the career, the life, and times in baseball. Baseball's winningest active pitcher as he retires from the game. So first off, please take a look at the big board out in center field as we look back at the brilliant career of Tim Hudson.
Glittering numbers for the 23-year-old Hudson as Ray Fosse joins me for the broadcast tonight.
Tim Hudson is a good pitcher. He pitched at college and did very well. He's also some great numbers in the minor leagues. I think we're going to see a very confident young pitcher tonight.
Strikes out the side. Strikeouts 9, 10, and 11 are huge.
At Auburn University when I first heard of Tim Hudson. And this guy was a special collegiate player.
And the pitch from Hudson, here it is. Strike 3 called, ball game over. Tigers win.
When he went to Auburn, I remember hearing him about it as a two-way player, a dominant two-way player. I was probably 10 or 11. Sorry to make you feel old, Huddy.
A three-run homer by Timmy Hudson.
I wanted to be like Tim Hudson.
Hudson is in just his second season in the major leagues. He's 24. He'll turn 25 in a few days. He obviously has a world of ability. Sometimes rubs opponents the wrong way. He's very deliberate on the mound, and occasionally he'll stare an opponent down after he gets a big out.
Some of those days I watched him pitch in Atlanta in that smoking heat, and he's just out there grinding out wins and making big pitches and just doing everything that a great pitcher does.
Tim Hudson has won his 200th game.
Before I played with Tim, I always enjoyed watching him pitch.
I thought he was just a hell of a player, period.
Definitely a guy that all of us looked up to and still look up to, and now it's even better being able to play with him.
He's a guy that you look forward to seeing every day.
Well, he's a fun guy to be around. He's got a great sense of humor. He takes his work very seriously, but he doesn't take himself very seriously.
No matter if he's beat up,
or whatnot, he's going to go out there and he's going to give everything he's got.
We don't win a World Series without Tim Hudson last year, and his energy and the drive, the passion.
The guys were all looking for him afterwards, you know, everybody couldn't wait to congratulate Huddy.
Nothing really was more special to me than getting to watch him celebrate on the field and get his World Series ring.
I mean, as great as a pitcher as he's been, he's probably a better person.
So he was spot on. He was exactly what you would look for to be a professional at being a baseball player.
One of the best teammates I've ever had, and I like to call him not only a teammate but a friend.
You know, we hit it off from day one and have become close, and I think we'll remain close for the rest of our time here on this earth.
He really is one of the best people I know. He's one of my best friends. You know, not just in the game of baseball, but in life.
Huddy, congratulations on an outstanding career.
Huddy, congratulations on your wonderful career.
Huddy, congrats on your tremendous career. It's been fun to spend a couple of years with you. Yeah, I've been fortunate to have spent some time with some great players, and you're certainly one of them.
Huddy, congratulations. Terrific career, outstanding career, as a matter of fact. And I couldn't have been in a better seat watching a lot of your victories. I know that the 200th victory was a great achievement.
I just wanted to congratulate you on a great, awesome career. I want to thank you for being a part of our ball club here in Atlanta.
Congratulations on a terrific career. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it for 8 years. Very, very happy that you got to go to San Francisco, get an opportunity to win a world championship.
It's been a pleasure and an honor to play with you for the last 2 years.
This is an awesome 2 years. I'm happy you got to put on the ring in 2014.
You've been a perfect illustration of great leadership skills, great motivation, great discipline, and a high level of competitive intelligence. We're all very fortunate and privileged to share this special moment with you, and also to be able to share special moments throughout your career. Enjoy your special day, Timmy. You deserve it. You're a Hall of Fame person, and we're all glad to be part of it.
Hey, Huddy, it's Z. It's your boy Z. Just wanted to say congratulations on an incredible career.
It was definitely an honor for myself to work with you early in your career and early in my pitching coach career.
Hey, Tim. I'd like to congratulate you, and everybody here in Oakland would like to congratulate you on a remarkable career. It doesn't seem like that long ago. Your first start in San Diego, my second year as a general manager, when I saw you in San Diego underneath the stands before your first start. You had a great day then, and you haven't stopped.
I look forward to staying in touch and maybe one day getting out to Alabama. You show me the ropes out there, how the good down-home Southern folks do it. All right, brother. Take care, man. Love you, bud.
Huddy, congrats on a great career, man. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. Love you, man. Roll Tide.
Big boy, congratulations. Words can't describe the career you've had. We'll talk about it on the front porch at Southern Falls and in Auburn, Alabama here before too long, big boy. But congratulations. I love you, son. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a family day, and we are joined on the field now by Huddy's family from the clubhouse. Maybe you noticed the 2015 Giants. Also out here, Tim Hudson's actual real-life family and friends. Please welcome Tim's wife, Kim, and their children, Kennedy, Tess, and Kay. Also, Tim's in-laws, Harold and Debbie Bruner. Tim's brothers and their wives, Keith and Kim Hudson, Ronnie and Robin Hudson, and Tim's brother-in-law and his wife, Matt and Linda Bruner. Also with them, their children, Marin and Lyndon. Now, we'd also like to say a special hello to Tim's parents, Ron and Sue, who were not able to travel out from Auburn, Alabama today, but they're watching right now and wish that they could be here for the festivities, and we want them to know that you're very missed here today. Now, also out here in the field are the Giants president and chief executive officer, Mr. Larry Baer, the Giants executive vice president, Brian Sabian, and senior vice president and general manager, Bobby Evans. Now, all the Giants are out here except for one. He is retiring. Maybe you heard about that after 17 brilliant seasons in the big leagues and 2 with the San Francisco Giants. 222 career wins, the most among all active pitchers, 4-time Major League Baseball All-Star, and a World Series champion. Ladies and gentlemen, number 17, Tim Hudson. All right, now Tim Hudson made his Major League debut, as we saw in that film, all the way back in 1999 in the olden days with Oakland. As a member of the famed Big Three with Barry Zito and Mark Mulder, they had one of the greatest pitching rotations in the game, and he helped lead the A's to the postseason 4 times in his first 5 full big league seasons. Now, the A's traded him to Atlanta in 2005. He would spend 9 seasons there, 6 under Hall of Fame manager Bobby Cox. Now, Bobby couldn't join us today, but Bobby wanted to know that Tim knew what he felt about him, and so he taped this message. Please look at the screen.
Hey, Tim, Bobby Cox here, and thanks for allowing me to be a part of your retirement day there in San Francisco. I enjoyed your work here in Atlanta so much, and I can recall back, and it was either 2000 or 2001, I had heard about you when you were with Oakland, and I got to see you pitch in a playoff game, and it was like, I can't hardly explain it with the stuff that you showed me that day, your splitter going down, your sinker, and I can recall your mound presence was so great. And I said, man, is there a guy there with that kind of stuff that's a winner? And you showed it during your entire career. And I want to thank you on behalf of John Sherholtz, Terry McGurk, and the Atlanta Braves baseball team and front office, just saying thanks for the work that you did here, not only on the field, Tim, but you and Kim are so giving in the communities around the Southeast. And I want to wish you good luck in the retirement, and you have a lot of fun. I know you will.
Bobby Cox Now, Tim had many career milestones with Atlanta. He won his 200th career win there in 2013 against Washington. And, of course, multiple postseason appearances with the Braves. But, of course, the pinnacle of his postseason career was right here last year in San Francisco. One thing I remember last year with the Giants, in his first 30 innings as a Giant, he did not walk anybody. They said, well, he's a strike thrower. Well, nobody ever was a strike thrower like that in the Giants' history, at least that we can remember. And his earned run average in his first 13 starts with the Giants was 1.81. In the long history of the Giants franchise, going back 133 years, the last time any pitcher did that in his first 13 starts was 104 years ago. Now, when the season ended, his teammates said, we got to win a ring for Huddy. It was game 2 of the division series when he made his postseason Giants debut in Washington. The Nats, maybe you'll remember, they were heavily favored by everybody in the country, except here in this part. He allowed just 1 run in 7 1/3 innings and set the Giants up for their 9th inning comeback. And then in one of the most storied games in Giants postseason history, they went on to win that one in the 18th inning and take a 2-0 lead. And we flash ahead. Game 7 of the World Series, Kansas City. He became the oldest pitcher ever to start a 7th game in World Series history. After 16 years in the big leagues, Tim Hudson finally got that much coveted World Series ring. Now we salute Huddy for his great work on the field. In 2009, Tim and his wife Kim created the Hudson Family Foundation, Good Works Off the Field. It was a nonprofit committed to making a positive and long-lasting impact in the lives of children who have a genuine need for assistance due to physical, emotional, or financial circumstances. So here to say a few words about that aspect of Tim Hudson's life, here's the Giants president and CEO, Mr. Larry Baer.
Thanks, John. Tim, congratulations on your amazing career. Thank you for delivering a World Series championship to us last year in 2014. And thank you for returning to your baseball roots in the Bay Area. Your career on the field has been well documented, witnessed by baseball fans. But I'd like to talk for a moment about what you and Kim have done off the field, and we'd like to recognize it at this time. From the time you and Kim arrived in the Bay Area 16 years ago, you became an ambassador for the Make-A-Wish Foundation of the Greater Bay Area, regularly meeting with critically ill children and making so many of their dreams come true. During your time here with us, you and Kim worked with Project Night Night to help create and distribute free night packages to homeless families in San Francisco. Through the Hudson Family Foundation, you established in your hometown of Auburn, Alabama, you and Kim have provided financial assistance to families in need by assisting with pharmacy costs, food and travel-related expenses for parents, taking care of sick children, temporary housing costs, medical equipment, even funeral costs. Your goal has been simple: to use the blessings bestowed on you and your family for good, and to make real, tangible, and long-lasting differences in the lives of deserving children and families. So to commemorate your career, we thought it was appropriate. Let's have a round of applause for all that Kim and Tim have done. So to commemorate your career and all you've accomplished both on and off the field, the Giants are proud to present you with a donation to the Hudson Family Foundation. We love you, Tim and Kim.
All right, thank you, Larry. Now, some members of Tim's In the Clubhouse Giants family to surround the podium here. First off, the skipper, Bruce Bochy, and pitchers, Jake Peavy and Madison Bumgarner.
Thanks, John. Huddy, congrats on a wonderful career. You know, John mentioned quite a few numbers and stats, but I'll tell you this, Huddy is much more than numbers. This guy is even a greater person and teammate, and I'm lucky I had a chance to find this out, Huddy, and I really do appreciate you. You know, it's my pleasure, it's been my privilege to have been your manager for 2 years and to have you a member of our club here and to help us win a world championship. Huddy, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you on the mound here. We're going to miss you in the dugout in the clubhouse. We're going to miss you in the card games, too. But it's been fun riding with you the last 2 years. And as you ride into retirement, enjoy your time. I wish you the best with Kim and the kids. Enjoy your new life. And we hope to see you here soon at the ballpark. Thanks again, Huddy.
I'm not sure how we got bestowed with this, but this is not going to be easy, y'all. This is somebody that it's at times closer than blood. We spend a lot of time together. A lot of time, we spend more time with each other than we do with our families. So people that we play with become as close as the blood that we share in our families. We can sit up here and talk about Tim's numbers all we want to, the 222 wins. We watched guys get inducted to the Hall of Fame a couple months ago, excuse me. And this guy's got more wins than a couple of those guys. We could go on and on about what he's done on the baseball field, the competitor he is. We've all heard about that. I think one of my favorite memories is watching Tim go out in Arizona for that first start in about 6 weeks. He had sat on the DL and really showed us what he was all about in baseball when he went out there and threw 6 innings and hit a home run in that game and really just solidified to all of us what he has been for 17 years. The impact he's had on my career, on Bum's career, on everybody here, we could go on and on about that. I can tell you as a kid looking up in Alabama, watching him go to Auburn, watching him get to the big leagues, a small right-hander like myself, wanted to be like this guy, and then to come full circle and get to play with him, win a World Series last year was special. He's been a teammate, like people said, like you couldn't believe. That's the thing that I think we're all going to miss about Tim is just his presence, walking in the clubhouse, watching him love on the young guys, watching him love on clubhouse kids, on training staff, on all of us. He's just a father, a big brother, a friend. And when guys like that go, you're going to miss him. Huddy, we love you, dude. Appreciate everything you gave to all of us. Wish you the best, man. Auburn, Alabama's getting a great citizen. But you ain't getting rid of us two, anytime soon, or this Giants family. This guy's been a beautiful Giant and a beautiful friend. We thank you for all you do, man, from all of us. We love you. You're a world champion. You're the best, man. Thank you.
Jim Hudson, thanks for the memories. Thanks for coming to San Francisco. Happy to help you and for you to help us get another ring. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, just before he walks off into the sunset, number 17, Jim Hudson.
Wow. That's it. You know, thanks. I really can't put into words, the kind of emotions I've had over the last couple of weeks. I had a little speech put together, I thought, in my head, but, I feel like we got a baseball game to play here pretty soon. So, but I do want to start out by just saying thanks to Sabes and to Bobby Evans and to Larry Bear for, a couple of years ago bringing me and my family over to San Francisco to be a part of the San Francisco Giant organization, to be a part of the family. I had hopes to come in here and win a world championship, and it was funny how things just fell into place last year, and things, in my wildest dreams, I didn't think that, the memories that me and my family made it was going to come to fruition, and there it was. It was an unbelievable year. I want to thank my training staff for keeping me out on the field, man. I know sometimes it was really challenging to get this old man out there on the field every fifth day. But, you know, Gresh and A-Ray and Eric and all of our doctors, you know, they've done a great job with me. I'd like to thank our coaches, some of the best coaches I've played with in all 17 years. Rags, you're awesome. You know, I've had the privilege to play with two of the best managers in all of the game in our generation, and Bobby Cox and Bruce Bochy. There's no question about it. Boch, it's been a privilege to put on this uniform and go to battle for you, brother, over the last couple of years. You know, my family, obviously, I know that my career wouldn't have been nearly as good or nearly as long without the love and support from you guys. You know, I've been with me through this journey from day one, and I'm very lucky to have the support and the love from y'all every step of the way. You know, my teammates, you know, these guys, you know, we're brothers. It's been a privilege to put on that uniform with you guys and go out in the battle with y'all every night. To win that World Series with y'all last year was something that, you know, it put icing on the cake for me in my career, and for that I appreciate y'all. And lastly, before we get to playing baseball finally, I want to thank y'all fans of San Francisco for embracing me and my family. Y'all the best fans in all the sports, much less Major League Baseball. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And let's win a ball game.
Well, like a true pro, he ends it by saying, let's win a ball game. And I think he was going to get emotional if he'd have talked about individual guys. So he kind of did the broad brush when it comes to his teammates. If you'd have just sent it around Madison Bumgarner, he would not have made it.
Well, he hung in there pretty good till he started talking about the fans and the audience here, and an emotional day for Tim Hudson, one that he'll never forget. And I think all of baseball that have crossed the path of Tim Hudson, whether it be in Oakland or in Atlanta or here in San Francisco, are all saying the same thing, and that is to wish him well and to congratulate him on a tremendous career. Because he did well.
Well, the other thing, too, that you can't ever forget is he's got a time clock, and that time clock is there's a game to play. So, all right, we'll be back. As Tim Hudson departs, we'll have the lineups and we'll have the first pitch. We'll have all of that right after this.
is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the Homestyle Ranch Chicken Club today, only at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
All right, back here at AT&T Park as we get ready for the ball game. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 68 degrees, winds at 10 miles per hour, humidity at 76%, and it is sunny here today. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. It'll be Adames Dickerson and then Nolan Arenado. Arenado, he's just red hot right now all year. Gonzalez, Morneau, and then LeMahieu. Paulson will hit 7th, Murphy, and then Chris Russin will hit 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the right-hander Jake Peavy. Peavy, 6'1", 180-pounder, and 34 years of age. Comes into today's ball game. His 19th start, he's 7-6 with a 3.66 ERA. And since coming off the DL July 3rd, in 16 games, he's 7-3 with a 3.21 ERA. Amazing what happens when you get your body back. Lifetime against this Rockies team, 6-7 in 21 starts with a 3.98 ERA.
So
let's take a look at the defense playing behind Jake Peavy today, starting in the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Williamson, Pagan, and Bird, the best arm in left field with Williamson. Crawford and Duffy on the left side of the infield. Tomlinson and Franzen on the right side. Trevor Brown, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Adames to lead things off, and the first pitch of the ball game is right down Broadway. So we get started at 1:32. That's a little later than usual. But hey, it's hard to say goodbye to guys you like. Spanish audio for this game is available through your SAP button, presented by Jack Daniels.
Well, you're right. It is hard to say goodbye, but if you're a player and you've earned that right, that's a special day.
And that's pulled foul, so it's a couple extra minutes, right?
Yeah.
Adames hitting .271 with 3 runs batted in. Jordan Baker behind the dish. Torres at first, Fletcher at second, Meals at third. Peavy's pitch is high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Jordan Baker, 6'8" umpire. He's the tallest umpire there is, and believe it or not, he's got a low ball zone. But he can be very tight. It's not an easy zone to pitch to. You don't get many corner strikes.
2-2. Rockies won last night big. They won 9-3. A big 5-run third inning did the damage. It was Reyes who started at short. So Adames gets the nod this afternoon. Foul back. Giants trying to finish off the season on a high note. They're 2-3 on this homestand. Hudson and FL spectators. Well, maybe Athel gets into this one. Maybe he gets into the one tomorrow. Hudson's done. The road those two have traveled. The stories they can tell and the championships that they've won. Down low, 3-2. Pretty amazing, though, when you think about Hudson, who starts out on the other side of the bay. And Brown hangs on, and that's how this game gets started. Hudson's first 2 children were born in San Ramon.
Well, he's got a spot next to Bumgarner.
So here's Dickerson hitting .306. Hit a home run in the game last night. pitch is low and in for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes with Nolan Arenado to follow. Rockies are 31-48 on the road, and they've won 31 games against the West. Giants have won 37 games against the West. Swing and a miss. The only dominant team in the National League West that has been dominant against the teams in the West have been the Dodgers. Two balls, 1 strike.
Corey Dickerson coming out of his shoes on that 2-0 fastball. He's got power.
2-2.
Rockies missed a lot of Dickerson this year. He went down with an injury. It kind of was the theme song around all of baseball. I don't think there's one team that completely avoided the disabled list with some significant players.
It's starting to get like that every year. It will test your depth. Two pitch to Dickerson. Outside 3-2. That's one of the things. You come out of spring training, you look at the lineup. Oh, you got a great lineup. Pitcher looks good, and then now you have to look at your depth. What's your bench look like? What's your minor league system looks like?
Well, that's the goal this year, to get deeper. Bobby Evans, Brian Sabian are going to get together with their staff on Monday.
This has popped up. Brown looks like he's got a beat on it. You talk about homegrown. You see all these gentlemen under the age of 26. Parker, the oldest one of the bunch. Kelby Tomlinson has made an impression. Parker's made a small sample size an impression.
Yeah, and you could include Trevor Brown on that list as well, Giants catcher today.
Arenado gets a challenge from Peavy, and it's 0-1.
And when you catch Jake Peavy, you've got to paint your fingers a little bit. He needs all the help he can get. So you put the game signs on, orange fingernails, you paint your fingers charcoal to contrast your uni, and go get him. Had a man making a play, had a bid. And that's what PVC is right there.
In the dirt, 1-2.
I guess they could strap a neon light onto each finger. And if you suggested it in jest, I think that PV would look at you and say, really?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, if it works.
But that's about as neon as you can get.
It's about as Halloween as you're going to get. I think we have that hand somewhere in the house in the attic. It's 2-2.
It'll be on the dinner table here in about 2 weeks.
See if Brown sets up in at all in this at bat. Looks like it's away again, and he drives it into the gap. Hit pretty well. Pagan on the move. He's not going to get it. So Arenado is going to stroll into second base with a double.
It is just amazing what this guy has consistently done against the Giants. I mean, he has hit everybody. He has hit every pitch. He has hit every location. And when you make a mistake, and this is a hanging slider, about the only thing you can say right there if you're Jake Peavy is, I'm glad it stayed in the yard. It's our Toyota Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Really keeps the head down through his swing beautifully.
So here's Gonzalez. Now Gonzalez will hit with the base open. And Peavy chooses to step off. A strikeout, a pop-up, and now a double. And the pitch is wide.
How lucky have the Rockies been this year? I mean, usually it's a big deal when you have one guy in your lineup that has 40 or more home runs. They have 2. And this guy, 27 home runs after June 1st.
Wow. Foul back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, there's been a lot of great third basemen in the history of this game, and Arenado now has 89 extra base hits. That's the most ever.
Wow, got more than your guy, Eddie Matthews.
Well, that's got to be a mistake.
Told you. He's your guy.
One pitch coming up to Gonzalez. Foul back, 1-2.
Got a man making a play. Just a spectacular day here in the Bay. Nice crowd on hand.
Hey, he gave it to a little guy.
Well, you just have to ask the question, who's going to go to bed with that baseball tonight? The guy that caught it or the guy that's got it? And if you answer it truthfully, then that ball found a good place.
Outside, it's 1-2. Have a lazy Saturday afternoon. Peavy about to throw pitch number 25 here in the first inning. Down low. As we mentioned earlier, first base is open, so. Three and two. Out of play down the left field line.
92-mile-an-hour challenge. The movement on the fastball from Peavy by nature is going to run away from a lefty. The lower he lowers it in the strike zone, the more sink he'll get. He's got a low 3/4 release, and I don't know if he can throw the ball straight because of that release. He also will cut the ball. He's got a curveball slider and a great changeup. And what has always made Peavy unique is his ability to control both corners with all those pitches.
That'll end the inning. Giants coming up. a look at Bruce Bochy's lineup. It'll go like this. Pagan, Tomlinson, who's really swung the bat well, and we're highlighting over the last 9 games. Then it's Duffy, Bird, and Crawford. No Buster Posey. Williamson, Franson, and Brown and Peavy will hit 9th.
On the hill today for these Colorado Rockies will be the left-hander Chris Russin. Russin, 6'2", 195-pounder. He's 28 years old in his second year at the big league level, and this is what he's done this year. 6-9 with a 5.37 ERA, 82 strikeouts against 39 walks. But he has been outstanding against the Giants in his career in 3 starts, 1-0 with a 2.01 ERA. He get a low 90s fastball. He will 2 and 4 seam the fastball. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
So here's Pagan. Pagan hitting at 263. He's got 3 home runs. He's got 37 driven in. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees. No balls in 1 strike. Tomlinson to follow. And a little pop-up out of play. It's 0-2. Mentioned the Giants homestand. They're 2-3. They've lost 2 in a row. They're 46-33 at home. At one point during the season, the Giants were under 500 at home. And Pagan out swinging. 1 out.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Russin today, starting in the Rockies outfield from left to right. It'll be Paulson, Dickerson, and Gonzalez. The best arm in right field with Gonzalez, and it's legit. However, a lot of assists in center field with Dickerson. Oh, I beg your pardon. Gonzalez has 8 assists. That leads this outfield. It's going to be Andremas and then Arenado, LeMahieu, Morneau in the infield, and in the squad, Tom Murphy.
So here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson at 294. And he rolls this one foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomlinson took a 1 for 5 last night. He's still got a shot at hitting 300. He's going to have to get a few hits, though, today and tomorrow. And this one's hit high, and Dickerson can't get it, and it's out into Triples Alley. And with Tomlinson's speed, it could be more than that. And Roberto Kelly is going to wave him in. And here's the throw home. He is safe!
Oh.
It's an inside the park home run. And that'll light it up every time. He would be one of the guys to do it, because he has a way of just picking up speed.
Well, you talk about getting the crowd into a ball game early. I don't know what else you could do than that. It certainly lit the broadcasters up.
And that's home run number 2. Is Duffy dribbles this one right back to Russin. 2 down.
Now let's take a look. I mean, it splits the gap. It has a slice going away from Dickerson to center fielder, and he cannot catch up to it. And once it gets by Dickerson with Tomlinson's speed, there's an opportunity. A little bit of a collision right there provides a little more time. And who's going to pick it up? And now DJ LeMahieu gets the ball. He's got a very strong arm, a little bit of a high throw, and just a small window of opening. He slides in head first, and he comes up and gives a safe sign.
And Bird smokes one to center field. It is out of here. And it's 2-0 Giants. And that's his 23rd of the year.
Well, he takes on the deep part of the yard. There's the mistake up above the belt away, and he just goes right with it and takes on center field. And there's not a lot of carry in the field today. I mean, he kind of turned the wind around on that one a bit.
So here's Crawford.
That is the 4th home run for Bird in a Giants uniform. 31st RBI in 38 games. Wow.
Six Giants now have hit inside the park home runs in this park. So Crawford takes low. It's 3-0. Eight overall, 2 by visitors, 6 by Giants hitters. Crawford takes a strike.
Well, the first inside the Parker all year. Giants, the one thing they have not done this year is hit a ball into McCovey Cove. That has not happened.
This is way more exciting.
That was pretty exciting, I have to admit.
Crawford rolls it foul.
All right, our ball dude, Ray Ramirez, making a play, no problem.
Catch your breath, kid. You got 4 more at bats in this one.
I like the way Tomlinson hopped up and called himself safe.
Crawford strikes out to end the inning. And when it doesn't leave the park, but Birds does, it's bye-bye baby. 2-0 Giants. Two nothing Giants as Justin Morneau stands in. And Morneau takes a pitch wide. It's Morneau, LeMahieu, and Paulson. Off the line at third is Duffy. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
For Morneau, just his 48th game that he's played in this year. A lot of time on the disabled list. Another one of the significant players that fell to injury in Colorado season.
Yeah, I think his was, well, I shouldn't guess, but I thought he was dealing with the concussion syndrome as well.
He was.
1-2 pitch is down low, 2-2. Outfield pretty much straight away, although they are bunching the gaps. And Morneau goes the other way, and he's going to have a leadoff base hit. So he just poked one to third.
Well, there's still time to get one of the Madison Bumgarner bobbleheads from the Junior Giants Stretch Drive. For a $50 donation, you'll not only give one child the chance to play baseball for an entire season, but you'll get a commemorative Bumgarner bobblehead. To order, go to sfgiants.com/Stretch Drive.
So here's DJ LeMahieu. LeMahieu did not play last night. This is about the time where if you're under 300, you're trying to get there. If you're just over 300, you're trying to stay there. And LeMahieu is in the stay there mode.
302.
The hardest thing to do at this time of the year is not to get on your computer, or now all your cell phones have little gadgets in there that can figure out your average. That's the hardest thing not to do.
Well, pitchers are like that in regards to ERAs. If you're 3.97, you don't want to get in the 4s. If you're 3.12, you want to get into the 2s.
Or you can't avoid it. Driving in today, I found out that Duffy has to go 4 for 8 to hit 300. Well, even if he avoids it, somebody else is going to tell him.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he has to do. It's not often that personal goals will exceed the goals of a team, but the last couple days of a season, that's what happens, even for contending teams.
Well, look, you have to pick your spots. I mean, if you got to move a guy over from second to third and less than, or with nobody out, you're going to do it. You have to do it. That is always going to come first, or at least it should. And a strike, 3-2. See what Morneau does. Peavy had over 25 pitches in the first inning. So immediately in the stretch here in the second. So Duffy happens to be just in the general area.
Well, I think Kevin Franz is pretty happy that Duffy was paying attention to that ball that he kind of soft tossed over the head of Peavy. We haven't seen that in a while.
Well, Morneau goes swinging a bouncing ball into the hole, a base hit. So, all right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, an awesome moment in last night's broadcast. Before the game, the Giants announcing the Willie Mack Award winner, and it went to Matt Duffy. He is the first rookie to ever receive the award. About it, he credited the veterans for his emergence as a stellar everyday third baseman. He said the full impact of the award hit him when he saw who previous winners were and how many were here. There were 21. About the hug with his dad, he said he asked his dad if he was okay. His dad said, "Yeah, are you okay?" And then Matt said, "Yeah, but I kind of got to go. I'm in game mode." Matt Duffy, congratulations, guys.
Game mode. I can't remember the last time I said to my dad, "Hey, Dad, I got to go. Game mode." Really? What about that? What about that field of hay back there? Game. I got your game mode. There's a pop-up out of play.
Oh, Kevin Mitchell style. Nice play. It's one of the plays of the year. Let's take a look at it. Reach up. Soft hander. I don't need no stinking glove. Atta babe. Be easier with a glove, though.
Ben Paulson, 1 ball and 1 strike.
One more look. Reach up. I mean, right in the sweet spot.
Yep.
And no rattle around. It's a man with soft hands.
In tight, 2 balls and 1 strike.
A lot of pitches from Peavy today. And this becomes a big pitch.
Yeah, it does.
It's not like you have a base to play with. With nobody out, you don't have third base open. And he's got to come to Paulson right here.
Swing, got to miss, 3-2.
And he's got to do it again. Just a little cutter. That's a pitch up. I mean, that's what you want. You want that type of elevation.
High and deep to right. Bird back. Still back. He makes the catch. Both runners tag. What do you think Paulson's thinking?
He's thinking, man, I just missed it.
That's gone in Denver.
Well, that's off the back wall in the Rockies bullpen in Denver, and that is not an exaggeration. It might have even been on the other deck. I mean, no doubt about that. I mean, the right field carry in this ballpark in Denver are the complete opposite ends of the carry spectrum. And with Bird backing up, I mean, both runners playing it smart. They go back and tag, so it does become a productive out.
Let's say this. He's pretty good out there.
He's a good ball player. He's a pro. Marlon Bird has really shown the Giants that he's got game. And I hope he's back next year.
Here's Tom Murphy. Both runners tag. And a strike. First base is open, but the kid on deck, Chris Russin, he can hit. So Murphy goes around. It's 0-2.
It's good sink right there. Start that thing on the inside corner, let its natural movement run hard into the right-handed hitter. Two-seamer, and there's the explosion, and he misses that by a bunch. And you could throw another one. You could slider him off the plate away. You do not have to throw a strike here, and he is pitching for the strikeout.
One and 2 on the high fastball. Peavy at the belt. Got him. Really nice block by Brown. So now you got to be careful with Russin.
You pointed out, I mean, he can hit. He steps into this at bat in 222 with a home run on the year. He is one of the better hitting pitchers, not just on this Rockies team, but in the National League.
and a call strike, so it's 0-1.
But having said that, I mean, you still have to be aggressive, and it's not like you're pitching to an everyday player. Yeah, this guy has a clue, respect it, but you don't want to walk this guy to face to Christian Adames on deck. You want to nail down the pitcher. Still hitting .222.
In tight. That was pitch number 5-0.
That's a lot. 2 outs here in the second. That's a lot.
One and two. Foul back. So there's a high fastball. Peavy was hoping to get a swing and a miss, but Russin stays alive. Weather looks a little better back east, huh?
Well, yesterday 3 games rained out. They had no chance to play them, so doubleheaders today.
I wrote the Angels off about 2 hours ago.
Well, in the bottom of the 9th inning, and they're beating the Rangers 11-10 after taking the lead in the top of the 9th.
Foul back. That's 5 runs in the 9th. I mean, they're battling for their lives. They need help in that wild card race. Houston is a game up on them.
Houston will play Arizona later on tonight. Could see a 1-game playoff between a couple teams trying to get the last spot in the wild card.
Duffy's got it on 1 hop. That'll end the inning. Nice play. Williamson's going to lead things off.
Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Well, fans, the next time you want to let your fan out, you got to get to StubHub. That's where you'll find seats you'll love whenever you want them. StubHub, let your fan out, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the San Francisco Giants.
Here it's 2-0 Giants. Couple of home runs. One the unconventional style, the other one the normal way.
And which one was more fun?
The unconventional style. Why do I have to share with you, Mom?
And he doesn't. He's teasing Dad with it, too.
Yes. Here's Mac Williamson. First pitch strike.
Right now, Russin is up in the strike zone. We did not see him make many mistakes up the last time we saw him in Colorado when he beat the Giants. And until he lowers his sights a bit, he's vulnerable.
That T-shirt, you dry clean that T-shirt.
Yeah, you don't wash it.
Keep on wearing that baby without having it fade. You got to dry clean it.
That's a good one.
Probably not the first time he's worn it.
A couple of dead heads.
Up the middle. Adames. To Morneau, a 1 out. And here's Kevin Franson. Just could be happier. There's a kick back, relax. There's a bouncy ball up the middle. Diving is LeMahieu. His throw. Got him.
Well, that's what the big leagues is all about, and that's what happens when you have a Gold Glover out there at second base. He's going to take away base hits. And Kevin Franson just got robbed.
How did Franson not get a hit on that?
I mean, LeMahieu, 6'5". It lays completely out, gets up from his knees, and he's got a great arm. A pearl, and it is not even close. Another look at defensive brilliance from DJ LeMahieu.
That's how you win a Gold Glove. Or in LeMahieu's case, that's how you win another one. And Russin's got it. And that's going to end the inning. Quick inning. Third inning coming up. 2-0 Giants.
It's an important day in Giants history, and today we're looking back at memorable games that happened October 3rd. We go back to 1962 at Dodger Stadium. Let's listen to the great Lon Simmons.
Here's the pitch. A line drive to center. This could be it. Mays waiting. He's got it. The Giants win the pennant. The Giants have won it as Pierce is mobbed by the Giants. They've won it 6-4 on a dramatic 4-run rally in the ninth. The Giants are going crazy down there.
That's right. The Giants staged a 4-run rally in the top of the ninth to beat the Dodgers 6-4, and they took home the National League pennant. And that is our McDonald's True Stories.
That's a good story. Here's Adames to lead things off. Fouls it out of play.
Well, Jake Peavy needs a couple of quick innings. His pitch count is working against him right now.
So there's your final. Boy, the Angels. This is lifted out to left field for Williamson. I'm not sure the Angels would have been dead in the water if they'd have lost that game, but their chances improve a lot more if they can come back and win, and they did.
Well, they're hanging in there, and now they need some help, as you said earlier, from the Arizona Diamondbacks, who will host the Houston Astros. And if you're a little skeptical about that game because of what happened last night, I don't blame you. Last night the Diamondbacks got beat 21-5 by the Astros in Arizona.
High to right. And Bird doing the fly ball dance.
Well, wind has really picked up here, and it just happened about the last inning. And it's really starting to whip. We're starting to see some white caps out on the bay. It has become very windy.
So here's Arenado, who doubled in the first.
So fly balls and pop-ups right now have taken on a whole different personality.
Which is wide to Arenado.
You don't want to pitch this guy inside. He is just going to wear you out. Of course, he's beat the Giants away a lot too.
Well, I think they would like to go in. Just don't go in and throw a strike. On the ground, it'll be Duffy at third. Call 60 minutes. Arenado made it out. 2-0 Giants.
Momos, a San Francisco tradition.
It's a 2-0 lead for the Giants. And it'll be Jake Peavy to lead things off. PB on the year is 7 for 35, so that's a 200 average. So according to my partner, that's good.
It is good. You hit 200 as a pitcher, you can hit.
Two balls and one strike. All right. Giveaways?
Well, the Chewbacca bobblehead was a giveaway today. Dad, a big Chewbacca fan. You can just tell. So good contact, but it finds a Gold Glove, and Peavy retired.
So here's Pagan, who struck out in the first inning. One ball and no strikes. On deck is Tomlinson. There's a swing and a drive into center field. Dickerson, however, has got a beat on it, and he makes the catch.
Well, one out in the first inning. Kelby Tomlinson steps up and does this. Finds a gap in right center. It gets over the glove of Corey Dickerson and into the corner of Triples Alley. They have a little confusion as to who's going to pick it up. And Roberto Kelly sends Tomlinson home, and it's an inside the Parker, and he almost falls down the stairs. He's so excited. 9th one in Giants AT&T Park history.
An exciting one. Yeah, we gave you wrong information. And every once in a while, we just have to be factual. We got that information from our PR department. So every once in a while, you just, you compliment them, and then sometimes, they made the correction. 9 total. And Tomlinson's got another base hit. And with his speed, he might have 2. Here he goes. He's going to make it. Have a day, kid. So there you see the inside the park home runs by Giants. Nate Churls did it. Aubrey Huff. Connor Gillespie. Pagan. I might have gotten 3 of those correct. Maybe 2. So here's Matt Duffy. And a strike to Duffy, who bounced back to the pitcher in the first inning. No balls and 1 strike. And it's low.
Best arm in the outfield for the Rockies is in right field. You can see just how deep Corey Dickerson, the center fielder, is playing. I mean, he's backed up. I mean, you don't ever see doubles defense in the 3rd inning, but it looks like it, if you're judging on the depth from Corey Dickerson.
Yeah, that usually tells me that not a true center fielder. Although we've seen Jock Peterson play deep. There are a lot of guys. Coco Crisp, when he plays center field, he's a deep center fielder.
Duffman for Rookie of the Year. Or did it say Wookie of the Year?
Well, they weren't sure. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yep, it's Star Wars Day. But she likes the duff, man, and so do we.
That pitch is wide. Out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes.
Hey, look who got the ball. And she is not in the share mode. At least not for a couple innings. Nice at bat. You go down on the count to a walk. That's a good at bat. Marlon Byrd in the first inning. Out over the plate above the belt, takes on center field, and hits his 23rd home run of the year. Second home run the Giants hit that inning off Russell. Well, the wind really is swirling. And, it's had us a feel like Candlestick Park, where the wind could change fields from inning to inning. And it looks like there is true carry out to center field now. It is whipping.
It's good to be back home.
Yep.
Swing and a miss. Bird wants another one. No balls and 1 strike. When it's not windy here, it's odd. So I like it like this. It's not windy in the booth, so it has no effect on us. But it's truly like being at home.
If you're out in the Coors Light Silver bullpen broadcasting a game like we did one time when it was windy, we had a whole different perspective about wind.
Didn't really like it at all. Of course, it was 32 degrees too, and seagulls.
Out there right now, not a problem.
I got seagulled that night.
You deserved it. That's a throw you probably shouldn't have made.
Bruce Bochy's going, what's going on?
Saying he's thrown to an unoccupied base. That should be a balk. What's the deal?
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2. So Bird trying to add to the Giants' lead here in the 3rd inning. Well, making friends.
Star Wars Day here at the yard.
Down low, blocked nicely by Murphy. 1 and 2. Brandon Crawford's on deck.
That is a stiff breeze, folks, and you get carried to center field right now.
Russin going to go in. Foul back. This was the day we're talking about when we did the game out there, and then they blew that thing off. And we got
There's Grady. Grady was not having any fun that night.
Grady looked like he was doing the Olympics back at Squaw a gazillion years ago. That was Grady's idea, if I remember right, to do the
It was Grady's idea.
1 and 2. In the dirt, 2 and 2. Memories. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a full count with 2 outs. That means the runners will be on the move. So good speed on the bases. And now we have a meeting.
Yeah, fans a little bit upset by it.
Yeah, it's a good thing stuff like that doesn't bother us. I know that you want to get in that and do that.
Well, I think that's an old sheriff boat.
Yeah, that's why.
I think this guy's having some fun.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. It was cold. It was cold. Heads up.
For children's health, with 45 Bay Area locations, extraordinary care is now close to home.
Giants with a 2-0 lead. And it'll be Carlos Gonzalez to lead things off. Pitches in tight. Gonzalez now 0 for 6 lifetime against Jake Peavy. And he skies this one into left center field. Pagan redirects his route when he makes the catch. You can see the wind playing tricks.
And that's the carry we're talking about. There's nothing easy about today. It's swirling. Oh, yeah, you can laugh about it now, but it is no fun when you're trying to figure it out when it's coming down at you. Oh, and the wind completely shifted from this inning to where it was last inning.
So here's Morneau, who takes a strike.
We've talked about it over the years. When Giants first left Candlestick their last year playing there in 1999 and opened it up here in 2000. You know, there was a lot of things that were different about this ballpark, but still pretty cool that the pop-ups and the fly balls had a little personality to them.
Absolutely, and this one might have some personality. And Pagan puts it away. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen. Well, Chris Hudson has had a heck of a season. He wasn't even on the opening day roster, and then he went on to twirl a no-hitter. He was the first Giants rookie to do so since 1912. About his off-season plans, he would like to add some weight. He's actually not going to go to home in North Carolina. He's going to stay in Arizona and use that Scottsdale facility. He did drop a significant amount of weight this season. He told me that game days it was difficult to keep the food down. He knows that that eventually affected his velocity, and he's hoping if he can put on some bulk, that's going to help sustain his strength and energy throughout next season. Dwayne?
Oh, that's great stuff, Amy, and I'm wondering if you and I are going to try to do the same thing. Put on some weight and some bulk. What do you think?
Good idea.
And what a play by Tomlinson with his back to the infield. And we're talking about pop-ups and how tough they are. Take a look at this one. And he hangs on. What a play. We'll be back.
I didn't think he had a chance.
To the ninth, Packer throws. There's a long flag. It's going to be, I believe. The Giants won the pennant. 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 Bobby Thompson hits into the lower deck of the left field stand. The Giants won the pennant, and they're going crazy. They're going crazy.
Our Coors Banquet Timeless Moment, October 3rd, an important day in Giants history. And today we're looking back at the Memorial Games that all happened on October 3rd, 1951. It was the Giants and the Dodgers. And it was that great call by Russ Hodges. The shot heard round the world, and this is hit high and deep into center field. It is out of here. And the Giants win the pennant. Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, right on cue. As the Giants remember 1951, Brandon Crawford puts his signature on it and hits number 21. And let's take a look at the pitch. Just a little get it in slider. He lays out at the belt. And with the wind carrying to center now, all of a sudden, balls are flying. See ya.
Right in the garden. Mac Williamson takes a pitch wide, 1-0. I always wanted to say that. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. And fortunately, it came in a game where there wasn't anything at stake other than who wins or loses. And Williamson gets hit. And the hitter will be Kevin Franson.
Brandon Crawford having a tremendous offensive season. 21 home runs, that's a personal high. 84 RBIs, that's a personal high. And he lost 2 weeks of this month with an injury to his calf. I mean, that's at least 40 at bats.
And the strike at the knees to Kevin Franson. Franson had a hit taken away from him by DJ LeMahieu in the second. And he takes that pitch inside for a ball. Franson at the last second asked for time. One ball and one strike. On the ground, backhanded at third, Arenado. That's one. That's two. So Arenado shows you why he's got one of those gold things in his closet.
It's just so consistent. We see it every game. I mean, this is to his backhand, off balance throw off his right foot, perfectly to LeMahieu, who protects himself with the bag, and he's got a cannon. Once he gets rid of it, it's going to get to first base quickly. And take a look at this season. He ranks in the top 3 in just about all the defensive categories. First in total chances, 5th in putouts, 1st in double plays, 8th in fielding percentage, 1st in total chances, 7th in putouts, range factor 1st, zone rating 5th. And he is the odds-on favorite to win another Gold Glove over there. Ray Ramirez, our ball dude, will not win a Gold Glove.
Took a bad hop.
All right, now Ray, there you go. Just pick it up when it stops rolling. That'll be it.
He's still moving around pretty good for a guy that's 85. There's a pitch high, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Our other ball dude, Tony Graham, he's over at third base today.
Tony kind of just looks like he's happy to be there.
Yep. Being a ball dude will do that to you.
Happy to be there. On the ground to Arenado. Side retired. Crawford hits his 21st of the year. It does not win the pennant, but it is bye-bye baby. It's 3-0 Giants.
Counting. The Giants season tickets are currently sold out. You can get on deck right now for your shot at 2016 season tickets with a $500 per seat non-refundable deposit. You can control your very own seat location, enjoy significant season ticket savings, and Giants sales execs are standing by. You can call them at 415-972-2298 or go to sfgiants.com/season.
All right, here's Paulson, who drives one into right center field. Pagan on the move. Pagan on the move, and it is gone. So Paulson, who missed one in the second, does not miss one here in the fifth. If I didn't know better, I would think the Rockies are going forward on every swing.
Well, that's kind of their personality as a team.
I mean, a lot of balls hit in the air, a lot of balls hit high, and this one just kept going.
A little get it in breaking ball, and Paulson looking for that speed. And here's the carry we're talking about. And I think for the longest time, Pagan thought he had a chance to catch this.
Yeah, I agree. So here's Murphy, who takes the ball. So it's 3-1. Pitch is up and in. All the runs scored in this game by way of the big fly. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Inside the Parker from that man right there. Got the Giants offense going today.
Home run to a walk, and that'll bring up Russin.
And PB upset about that walk. He prides himself in getting that next man out after a home run's been given up.
So it's been a long time since I've seen a pitcher call over the first baseman. I'm serious.
Can't remember the last time.
There's the bunt. PB will throw to Tomlinson. So Russin does it on the first pitch. You know what, Mike? It might have been where. Tell you what I'm going to do on this bunt, where I'm going to go.
Well, I mean, his responsibility is to do exactly what he did. That's come straight in. Franzen's job is the first base line, but I do believe that that's what they were talking about.
Adames is struck out and flied out. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. So a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to make it 0-1. Out of play, so Peavy comes right back in again.
Well, did he hold it long enough? No.
And it ended up in the hands of somebody else.
He's going to hit right here. That is not the sweet spot. That is too low in the glove.
Out of play again.
All right, let's check it out. There you go.
Yeah, and that gentleman saved it from going down below.
Trapeze, 6-finger. Been breaking it in all year, waiting for this moment. he is ragged.
Didn't work. One and two. I had one for a while when I was a kid, the old six finger.
I always wanted one. My best friend had one. It made me want it like 5 times more.
Of course.
I got my sister's old glove. It's a good glove.
Well, I hope when you got to the big leagues you had a different one.
I did. A2000. Wilson. Wore it for 11 years. Bruce Sutter hooked me up.
Here's your choice. You can have 2 gloves or a pair of gloves and a pair of spikes, but you can't have 2 pairs of spikes.
That was the rule. If you're going to get a contract from Wilson, that's what you got.
The spikes were
kangaroo leather.
They were made of kangaroo leather, and that was it. I mean,
they were ugly, but they were the best shoe ever to pitch in. But I mean, they were so heavy for you, an everyday player. When the Adidas came along, see you later.
2-2 pitch, swinging a foul back. Yeah, shoes really changed right around 1975, 76. And now they're like players now are like sneakers with plastic spikes on the bottom.
That's the greatest outfit I've ever seen right there.
Those guys, who knows? 2 and 2. Out of play again.
Yeah, shoes now are just such a different level than what we even ever conceived a shoe to be. We saw last night, we had Chris Heston wearing high tops pitching in them. Nike's New Balance has come in, and a lot of guys are wearing those now. The ones that were cutting edge when we were playing, Adidas, you don't see many guys wear Adidas anymore.
And then Nike just took over.
Nike took over in the late 70s, early 80s.
You guys wear Converse. Remember those?
I loved them. That was another great pitching shoe. Spot built.
If you
Brooks
stole a base in Converse, you should be credited for 4 stolen bases.
They were like boots. Oh, nice play, Ray. There we go. Not you. Yep, you. Well done. You're right about the Converse shoe, but another great pitching shoe because I mean it was like your foundation.
I wore Mizuno's for a while.
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Close, 3 and 2. I swore the Converse had Lou Groza written on the side of it. And I know that most of our audience does not know who that is, but it was the old-fashioned field goal kicker for the Cleveland Browns, who also played offensive lineman.
He used to kick field goals in high top shoes.
Hit out to left. Williamson will put it away. So a long battle, and Adames is finally retired, and that'll bring up Corey Dickerson. So with Gonzalez and Morneau looming this inning, should Peavy get in a little bit more trouble, Javier Lopez works his way down the left field line.
George Contos joining him. Lefty righty combos.
Dickerson takes high, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. Peavy looks to second. And a strike to even the count.
Dickerson, a little bit of a rubberneck going on, asking Jordan Baker, "You sure that was a strike?" I haven't seen many high strikes from Jordan Baker. You don't. He's more of a low ball guy. 6 foot 8 inch umpire, tallest of all the umps by a bunch.
There's a pickoff play, and just getting back is Murphy. Let's put a simpler way to put it. Jordan Baker, and Murphy's now hurt.
Oh, down in the shoulder.
And yep, he did. He popped that shoulder.
Extending right there, and he may have dislocated it.
Yep. So now, I mean, it's not unusual that they'll just pop it back in if they can do it.
Well, they're going to review it. Giants think they got him picked off. And he may have come off the bag when he got back to the bag because of the pain in his shoulder. Let's take a look. I mean, he's clearly back there.
Yeah.
He's out.
Yep. And unfortunately, I'm sure that's not really why instant replay was put in, but we're seeing it more and more all the time. Murphy's going to leave. And this replay review is presented by Xfinity.
Now they're showing the replay here at the ballpark, and everybody's seeing it. So this really is insult to injury. And Crawford keeping the glove on the play, as they're taught to do now.
Outfielders are coming in. And he's been called out, so that's going to end the inning. Bottom of the 5th coming up. October 3rd, 1982, Giants-Dodgers. Here's Giants announcer David Glass.
The 1-2 pitch. Warren belts it high and deep right field. Way back goes Monday to the fence. It is gone. Home run Giants lead the Dodgers 5-2.
Joey Morgan's 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th off of Terry Forster to break a 2-2 tie. Giants won the game 5-3 and eliminated the Dodgers. The Giants were eliminated the day before. Here's Madison Bumgarner as he was announced as a pinch hitter. So Bumgarner at the plate.
Quick pitch.
And there's a high pop-up. And this is going to be uncatchable. Bumgarner just kind of looked out at Russ and like, really? Did you do that?
Now let's watch that quick pitch. I mean, it makes sense if you can upset the timing of a hitter. Now watch this right there, not even going to a full windup, just a step. And I'll say this about Bumgarner, he was on him.
So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Dustin Garneau is now the new catcher. Bumgarner left field. It's gonna fall. Bumgarner is gonna put on the brakes.
He was making that turn like he was going to try and get a double.
I love that guy.
What do you say we make it our forward right choice? Why not? I mean, he's thrilled us all summer long, and he continues to do it, even coming off the bench, taking a pinch hit. And they played him deep, but they gave him the line a little bit, and he kind of hits away from the defense. And he was sniffing an extra base hit. Let's take a look at when he starts kicking it in. Watching it, and all of a sudden, hey, I have a chance for a double.
What do you think? Tight end, linebacker, or anything he wants to be?
Well, he's 6'5", 250 pounds.
Could be a quarterback.
Well, they already have one of those guys, Tim Tebow. That's our forward right choice. That's awesome.
Here's Pagan. It's 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes.
I mean, you could beef this guy up. I mean, he's got a frame that you could put 50 pounds on that in a heartbeat. Put him on the line. Probably tied in though.
I don't know if the line would be exciting enough for him.
Well, I mean, he'd like the contact. And if you don't believe that, go ask any one of the Giants trainers. He goes in the training room every day and he pins them all. Sometimes all at once. Dave Greshner, Anthony Reyes, Eric Ortega. They just know it's coming every day.
Three balls and 1 strike. Three and 2. Pagan lined out to center field in the 3rd.
Well, it is Star Wars Day. So far, that's my favorite one right there. That's a good one.
And the walk. Yeah, one of the all-time inside the park home runs was this one. In May of 2013, it was a walk-off.
Yeah, right there, he kicked it in. And in the end, he put a little style point with a head-first slide. Place went crazy.
Was that the Tim Flannery "I'm the man" play? I think it was.
I think it was. When he did the Flan walk.
I wonder if he uses that at all in his shows. He's got to do the Flan walk.
Oh, yeah, he does. This is the turkey walk.
Here's Tomlinson, who's 2 for 2. On the ground. That's 1. And Tomlinson will beat the relay. So as we were talking about with Tim Flannery, he made the call to send Pagan. He's yelling, "My butt's on the line." And then when he made it, Flannery's like, "I am, yes, that's me, the man."
This made us laugh hard that day. That is a third base coach's victory lap right there.
That's the best.
Is what he said.
Mike Leake is pinch running for Bumgarner.
Does Leake have an appearance clause?
Well, he might. Here's Duffy, a chance to knock in a run, to get that run back. And he takes low. Duffy today is 0 for 1. So Bumgarner picks up a hit. What is that hit-wise for him? 19.
That's a lot of hits for a pitcher.
Outside corner at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. If you swing at that, he might just hit into a double play.
The Guardian Fireboat, number 2. Coming in just for a peek.
Tap foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Some of our city's finest out there taking a boat ride into McCovey Cove. That is a proud bunch.
Yes, it is.
And they should be.
Absolutely. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Back is Tomlinson. Leak at third. At first is Kelby Tomlinson. And another toss to first. Remember, get here early tomorrow. The Jeremy Affeldt ceremony is going to start a little after 11:30. So if you can get in your seats by 11:15, that would be perfect. Mike and I get to do the honors of being the MCs of the farewell to Jeremy Affeldt. Should be fun. Today was fun with Tim Hudson.
Yeah, John Miller, master of ceremonies today, did a fantastic job.
Foul back. Tim's parents, Ron and Sue, were not able to make it. But as John said, watching it at home, and I'm sure absolutely enjoying every minute of it, and probably not a dry eye on the couch, as you would expect. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Down the right field line, foul. Look out.
Uh-oh, somebody spilled popcorn. I wonder who that is.
1 to eat, 2 to throw on the floor.
I think that's the magic formula.
Here, Mom, you want this one? It only was on the ground for a couple of seconds.
Thank you. Take care of Mom.
Up the middle, could be pair. That's 1, and that's 2. So Russin does a good job as he feels his position perfectly. 3-1 Giants.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by The Walk, in theaters October.
Well, tomorrow is the final regular season game. It's a special 12:05 start. It's Fan Appreciation Day. Pre-game ceremony for Jeremy Affeldt is going to start at 11:30, so tickets are still available. Visit sfgiants.com/tickets. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
New pitcher now for Bruce Bochy will be the lefty Josh Osich. 33 games this year, 2-0 with a 1.95 ERA. What a great add he has been to that Giants bullpen. And for Osich, I mean, it's going to be a challenge for him to kind of fill the shoes of Jeremy Affeldt next year. Affeldt retiring tomorrow, his last day in the big leagues.
And the 1-0 pitch is inside. Look out.
Osich has some tools to assume the responsibility. Mid to high 90s with a fastball, low 90s slider, and a changeup.
Two-0 pitch. Popped up. Says some personality. It falls. And the throw to second. And he made it. So you could see right off the bat it was going to be problematic. It'll be a double.
Well, that's a gift double. And we talk about the problems that the outfielders are having tonight with the wind. I don't think Pagan ever thought that he even was going to be in the play.
Yeah, I think the wind really blew it over towards him. And I think he was shocked to see where that ball landed.
And when it finally comes down, you're thinking, wow, he's got to have the ball. Well, that's how much shift and drift it had. All right, time for our Geico quote. This comes from Nolan Arenado. I'm playing in San Francisco. Whenever I come to San Fran, I guess I get a little more pumped up to come knowing that they're the defending world champs. The fans are always good. It's always packed. I love the atmosphere, and I love being in it. And that's our Geico quote.
So here's Arenado, who's 1 for 2. And he takes a strike. It has been a brisk day here at the ballpark. Swing and a miss, nothing in 2.
Diamondbacks whipping.
Oh, such a long look to second. Just inside.
That's a good pitch right there on an 0-2 count.
Got him.
Could not hold it up. And that's a big strikeout with a runner at second base, nobody out. I mean, ideally, that's what you're looking for. And when you have a guy in that batter's box with 130 RBIs, this becomes a big pitch and a big out. And yes, he went. First base umpire Carlos Torres making the call.
So here's Carlos Gonzalez, who's 0 for 2. Giants lead 3-1. Romo headed down. Swinging a foul. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, this is the day to break out the sails.
You see the white caps on the bay. I mean, it's been pretty steady for about the last hour. Wind just keeps getting stronger and stronger. That's how you take advantage of it.
Foul back. The pitch was out over the plate.
Now, that's a slider at 92. Now, it's not a big slider. It doesn't have to be at that speed. The thing about his slider is that it's consistent to a corner. He doesn't hang many of them.
And Gonzalez, who can get into the swing mode, fouls that one right to Justin Morneau, who's on deck. Hey, keep it on the highway. Oh! Probably more concerned about that than they were.
They were having fun.
High fastball, 1-2.
All right, you elevate to clean the pallet, set up a hard slider away. I'm still concerned.
I know. Out of play again. Now, if I was on that, I'd seriously wonder if they knew what they were doing steering this thing.
Well, I would ask the question.
See, I'm telling you. Who's in charge here and what'd you do last night?
That's right. Show me your credentials.
No swing. 2-2.
Jerry Meals, third base umpire, saying no swing.
Pretty good at bat for Carlos Gonzalez. Out of play again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2.
This has been a great at bat. Three-two challenge here. You got 2-run lead. You still have to make him swing the bat.
Foul. So we'll do it again.
Oh, he's gone inside, outside. He really hasn't made any mistakes in the middle of the plate.
Back. That one was up.
That was a changeup, though. I mean, that's the one off-speed pitch he's given him. I mean, he's throwing him sliders, but at 90 to 92 miles per hour, velocity-wise, I really can't call that pitch an off-speed pitch. So I like it. Trevor Brown mixing it up, calling a changeup, and there you see the reach. He did get him off his back foot.
And a base hit. Dickerson had to stop. So let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, it is time for our fan photo contest. It is sponsored by T-Mobile. Yesterday it was Dwayne and Mike. Today it is the Crazy Horse from Melody. She said, I got to meet my favorite player this year. Angel Pagan was such a nice guy and so gracious. We agree. What do you got? There's only one left. This is serious competition coming your way. Tweet us your photo. Hashtag CSNBA Data. Strong fan. I can't wait till tomorrow. I can't wait, guys.
Amy G can't wait till tomorrow. How about that? Here's Morneau. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Osich getting right in that strike zone with the first pitch challenge, which you have to do.
Hit on the ground. Franson. Crawford. Not in time.
Tell you what, that was not an easy throw to handle from Crawford. And he's coming to the bag, and he has to kind of reach back across his body down to a low backhand. And you know, you look at the size of Morneau, and at times you think, well, this guy doesn't have a whole lot of speed. Then you see him in this type of a situation, and he gets down the line pretty good. There's that play we're talking about from Crawford to even make it close. I think it was a pretty good effort just because of how low the throw was.
So Romo's coming in. A run comes in. It's 3-2. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be Sergio Romo, coming into his 69th game. Very solid body of work for the Giants this year as he continues to lower his ERA. 69 strikeouts against 10 walks and 55 1/3. And he will be asked to get out DJ LeMahieu for Romo. He knows LeMahieu quite well. LeMahieu 2 for 9 lifetime with 1 strikeout.
And LeMahieu offering up on the first fastball. It's no balls and 1 strike. Morneau represents the tying run. Down low. Two balls and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. And a strike, 2-2.
Perfection with location. That is right there on the outside corner with that no-dot slider. Slider has long been a weapon for Romo, especially against right-handed hitters.
And he got him. Romo doesn't know it, but that's out number 3.
It's a focused dude.
Giants still hanging on. Way to go, Serge.
In a bit.
Is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Giants with a 3-2 lead as we head to the home half of the 6th inning. And the hitter will be Marlon Byrd, who struck out, and he's homered in this game. And here he hits this one on the ground into the overshift. And Adames' throw is in the dirt, but dug out. 1 out.
Oh, a nice play by Justin Morneau over at first base. That was not an easy dig. That's a shortstop's best friend. When you have a soft-handed first baseman staying with a high backhander, it makes it look very routine.
So here's Crawford. The difference in the game right now is Crawford's home run.
He's trying to hit another one there. Here's that home run you're talking about, the fourth inning. He steps up and takes advantage of a very friendly center field today with a good wind going out. It's home run number 21.
Foul back. It's nothing in 2. On deck is Williamson, and there's a pitch in tight for a ball. And a swing and a miss. He got him. So Crawford out. And here's Williamson.
Well, Star Wars Day.
Yeah. Some folks are into it.
Well, it's all about fun. I mean, every day is Star Wars Day here at this ballpark. Every day is Beta Breakers Day. You give our fans a theme, and they are going to jump all over it.
Fouls it to the backstop. Mac Williamson hit by a pitch in the 4th. He's 0 for 1.
Still looking for his first big league homer.
Center field. Dickerson. Side retired. Through 6. Giants 3. Rockies 2.
Dealer, 2 innings. It's the Rockies 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Giants 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. A good pitching duel between Jake Peavy and Chris Russin. And Giants home runs inside by Parker by Kelby Tomlinson. Marlon Byrd his 23rd, and Brandon Crawford his 21st, and that is how the Giants have scored. 3-2 Giants. Top of the 7th. That's our Toyota game summary.
So here's Paulson facing Sergio Romo with Garneau on deck, and then probably a pinch hitter. Swinging a foul out of play. So the guy unhappy, just did not quite go his way.
It's all right. It'll get better today. Ooh, good pitch.
It fits.
It's a perfect fit.
Do I have to give it back? That ended up in the glove pretty fast, didn't it?
Yeah, that glove kind of ate that thing up in a hurry. Yep.
Friends for life.
I love our fans.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Paulson steps out. There you go.
Let's take a look.
Watch how quick this goes. Yeah, thanks.
Fits.
Tap to Romo. 1 up. Big out for Romo.
Getting out that lefty to lead off an inning. You bet it is.
Life is back to being good.
Yep.
I got myself a pearl.
You may not see another pitch.
I got my hat, which is on perfectly, my uni.
The only thing missing was the ball.
Yep. Guy sitting next to me massively took care of me. There's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. We see it every day, the impact of a baseball and what it can have on people. Dustin Garneau. Swing. Gonna miss.
You know, it's almost unfair. The very first time you step in as a right-handed hitter and you're facing Sergio Romo because of his slider and the fact that he doesn't tip that slider with the spin that you normally would see on a slider. And you see guys take some strange swings.
Foul back, so he got a fastball at 88. Yeah, a strained shoulder for Tom Murphy, the Rockies catcher who departed after being picked off. One and two. Got him.
And that's how you learn. I mean, a lot of guys who have seen Romo 10, 12 times and still can't see that pitch, still can't foul it off. It really is a magic pitch. And here is a good look. And there you see the spin. It doesn't have the little red dot that you normally see on a slider. And this is the break. I mean, he's got all the that you need to have a perfect slider. You got to have a great deception in the spin, a great snap, which he has, and he has the ability to locate beautifully. Put them all together, and he's had a great career. But he's so much more than a one-pitch pitcher. I mean, he's got 2 types of fastball and a changeup.
Inoa hitting at 250. And the strike, another good 2.
And what do you call the bathroom on a ship? The head.
Way outside, 1-2. Halfeld in the bullpen. Taking a hike. And on the ground towards the hole. Crawford's going to make a great effort. Not in time. And only the speed of Inoa kept Crawford from making a great play.
Well, I thought he wasn't even going to make a throw, but he has so much confidence and belief in his arm that even a guy with speed like Inoa, he's going to take him on. You got to give him A for effort here. But in the end, just too much foot speed for Manoah, and he legs out the infield single.
So here's Christian Adames, the Rockies shortstop. Inoa now represents the tying run. He's at first, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss.
See, I think this is where it's a mandatory steal situation. Because if you're successful, great. You got to run in scoring position. If you're not, that's great, because then the next inning you can lead off the game or lead off the inning with your leadoff hitter. And Bruce Bochy, an old catcher, thinking the same thing. George Cantos joining the party with Affel. Second hump for Cantos. Bruce Bochy does not often pitch out.
Brown can't find it. Now he can, and now the tying run is in scoring position.
So in the end, the wild pitch gives up the 90 feet, and the Rockies get what they want. Runner in scoring position.
One ball, one strike. Foul to make it 1-2. So good speed at second in Rafael Inoa. Cantos and Affel still getting loose.
Game has really slowed down.
One and two. Back to Romo. Side retired. Giants are coming up. They lead 3-2. This guy is very happy. it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. So Scott Oberg is your new pitcher.
64th time he's come in, 3-4 with a 5.18. Oberg's got good stuff. You're going to see a good hard fastball. It goes low to mid-90s. For a good part of this year, Oberg has been the setup man with the Rockies. Curveball, slider, changeup combination, and all of them can strike you out. Charlie Blackman comes in the ball game. He's in center field.
So here's Franson. Franson is 0 for 2. Hit into a double play in the 4th inning.
Too good at bats, though. Franson's saying he caught a piece of it right now. There's a little confusion there. Scott Baker, or Jordan Baker, saying, no, you didn't. That's not going to get changed.
So I'm not going to put this in ink just yet.
Take a look and see if. Yeah, that's the problem. There's no way you can tell. Sound is your best ally if you're Franzen. And if he ticked it, I couldn't see it.
So here's Diaz pinch hitting. And the first pitch to Diaz is wide. Diaz hitting .254. 2 balls, no strikes. .3-0 with Jared Parker to follow.
There's a happy little one right there.
Seems to be happy.
Being raised right. Welcome. Seen a lot of babies at the ballpark today. A lot of them. Had one come into the booth, 3 months old. He said, first game? And Dad said, no.
On the ground to second. Tomorrow is Fan Appreciation Day against the Rockies. Have an opportunity to win some special prizes. Tickets on Virgin America. Levi's a $501 gift certificate. Visit sfgiants.com. So Jackson Williams is going to hit.
Jackson Williams pretty excited. He got his batting average going yesterday.
He did. He got what, a line drive down the left field line.
Double-A this year. This is what he did at 228. 1 home run, 18 RBIs. He's a catch and throw guy. I mean, you have to have guys like that in your organization. May not have the greatest average, but they are good behind the plate and they are invaluable. Especially like the Giants, who had a day this September where they lost 2 catchers in the same day. Hector Sanchez, Andrew Susak, both going down to injury. Actually, that was in August. I said September.
One and two.
And if you don't have a guy that can catch and handle the speed of this level, you're in trouble. No position gets exposed like a catching position.
Rockies lost their starting catcher today. Tom Murphy went down. So Garneau is in. Giants catcher in Brown is out after being pinch hit for, so we're seeing a lot of the bench. 3-2. Foul back. Challenge with Angel Pagan on deck. We're in the 7th. I suppose he's got a bat. Out of play.
Just a 3-2 challenge fastball. Williams fighting it off. And Oberg definitely has confidence in that fastball. See the shadows starting to come across home plate. They will be an issue here. Not going to get any easier for hitters.
Williams wanted to make sure that Jordan Baker called that a ball.
So a 3-2 breaking ball. That's some respect.
How tall did you say Jordan Baker was?
6'8".
Ooh. It's like 2 Eddie Montagues.
You're right.
Here's Pagan. Pagan is 0 for 2. And he takes wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Pagan taps this one to LeMahieu, and he'll make the play, and that'll end the inning. So we'll head to the 8th. Giants are hanging on. They lead by 1.
Announcement that the 2015 season would be his last, and all season long fans and teammates have been saying goodbye to Tim. Today he had a chance to say something back, and that was thank you. He was with his wife, his kids, his brothers. He received messages from his former teams, the A's, the Braves, heartfelt comments from the Giants. It was a 17-year career. He said he loved every minute of it. Even the starting pitcher for the Giants, Jake Peavy, stopped warming up so he could come say a few words about Tim Hudson. It was an amazing moment. He had an amazing career, and he will be very, very missed. Dwayne and Mike.
He will be missed. And I'm sure somewhere along the way, as the Giants travel south next season, that they will run into Mr. Tim Hudson. Hopefully they do. George Cantos is now on the hill as he's facing Corey Dickerson. And Dickerson immediately chases somebody out of the Rockies dugout when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
72nd game for George Cantos, who's had a fantastic year. 72 and 2/3 innings, just 54 hits allowed. 2 types of fastballs, a cutter, a slider, changeup. Jackson Williams, the new catcher, stays in the game.
Tapped out in front. And immediately Jackson Williams makes the play.
A nice stretch there from Franzen to get the out of first base.
Well, immediately after Giants baseball, Eashuren's post-game live, highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. NFL tomorrow. Get here early. Ceremony for that man, richly deserved. 7 years in this organization, 3 world championships, and he had everything to do with every one of them. Here's Arenado, who takes a strike. And he will take this day in. He'll take the day in tomorrow, and he may very well get in the game tomorrow. You would think that he probably would. 1 ball and 1 strike. Arenado doubled in the first. Since then, he's bounced out and struck out.
Well, 2 things are weird about retirement. Number 1 is your last day is a little odd. And then next spring, the first day of spring training, when everybody's in spring training and you're not, that's odd.
Just hit on the ground. Duffy to his left will spin and throw. And they got him. Another nice stretch by Franzen.
All right, time now for our AT&T Uverse Rewind. We go back October 3rd, being an important day. 2010, Giants taking on the Padres on the last day of the season. And the Giants would beat the Padres 3-0 to clinch the National League West. And they would begin their first ever march to a World Series championship in San Francisco history. And that was fun.
Yeah, it came down to the last day. Lopez is coming in. Cantos departs. And we'll be back.
Let's take a look at the year that Javier Lopez has had, and it is a very good one. 76th time he's come in. A 1.41 ERA. And 25 strikeouts in 38 1/3, and just 18 hits allowed in 38 1/3 innings. Remarkably consistent from day one to today. See the shadows across home plate starting to become an issue.
So you see what Gonzalez is trying to do. No balls in 1 strike. Gonzalez singled off of Osich in the 6th inning. With Casilla, I believe he needs another appearance, and then his option is vested for next year. So of the 4, it looks like Affel would be the first one to break it up.
Of the 4, Romo, Casilla, Affel, Lopez.
Look out. 1 and 2.
And that really is a source of pride amongst all 4 of those guys. Understandably. I mean, these guys have all maintained long careers coming out of the bullpen. That's not easy to do.
Got him, and that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 8th coming up.
Transmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Giants half of the 8th inning. They lead 3-2.
New pitcher now for the Rockies. Hiero Diaz coming in for the 21st time. 0-1 with a 2.50 ERA. Good stuff, though. You're looking at a good arm. 15 strikeouts in 18 innings. You're going to see mid to high 90s and an occasional 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and he's got a hard slider. 2-pitch, go get him. And he is a bull out there on the hill.
Tomlinson, 2 for 3. And an inside the park home run in the first inning.
Diaz 6 feet tall, 230.
From our view, to me, he looks 5'6", 250.
Or more. 24-year-old out of Venezuela. He's a rookie.
Tomlinson, who goes the other way extremely well, fouls it that way. One and two. Which is low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matt Cain to start tomorrow.
And I think he's looking forward to that.
I believe you're right. Got him.
Good, tight little slider.
This is what we're talking about, the inside the park home run.
Well, it finds a gap, and then there's a little bit of a collision, and then they have problem getting it up. Who's going to pick it up? And despite it all, the Rockies almost pull it off, but the speed and a very creative slide at home plate allows Tomlinson to get the 9th inside the park home run in this ballpark's history.
So here's Duffy, who's big swing, gonna miss. Marlon Byrd to follow. Santiago Garcia is up in the bullpen. There's a foul out of play. Lifted to right. But that's going to sail into the seats. It's a quick 0-2. So Duffy at 296. Duffy could still hit 300, but
he's got to get
start getting hits right now and maybe get like 4 more after this.
This would help.
2 down. And here's Byrd.
Hard slider like that in a difficult shadow to try and see the spin on the pitch. You're kind of disadvantaged.
Byrd homered in the 4th. And he wraps this one foul. Right to Eli Whiteside. Swing, gonna miss. Nothing in 2. So Byrd comes out, adjusts the batting gloves. Hudson will put that uniform on one more time tomorrow. And that'll end the inning. So Diaz strikes out the side. Top of the 9th coming up. Garcia coming out.
To you by Ring Central. Business communications made simple.
It's a 3-2 lead for the Giants. I said that Casilla was coming in. That's wrong. Lopez stays in to face Justin Morneau. And Casilla is waiting in the wings as Morneau takes low. Down low, 2 balls and no strikes. Swinging a tapper foul. LeMahieu is on deck. On the ground. Franson gets a bit of a bad hop, but he hangs in there, 1 out.
And here comes Bruce Bochy. So Javier Lopez doing his job, facing 2 hitters, getting them both out.
So Casilla's coming in. It remains 3-2, and we'll be back. We get a Raiders report from Chicago, recap of the Tim Hudson ceremony, and you get Cal highlights. They're playing as we speak, right after post-game live. So here's Casilla to face DJ LeMahieu.
The numbers for Casilla, 67th game he's come into, 37 saves on the year. This is a save situation. 2.83 ERA with 61 strikeouts in 57 innings.
And a first pitch strike. LeMahieu against Casilla in his career is 2 for 8, but he has walked 3 times. Big curveball is high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Matt Cain will pitch tomorrow, season finale.
Hit on the ground. Duffy wrestles this one and throws him out.
That was anything but easy.
Right off the bat, you could see that Duffy was not going to get a really good hop. It was just going to be an in-betweener, and he really hung in there with it.
Just kind of collapses both elbows as he kind of corrals it between his bare hand and the heel of his glove.
So here's Blackman. So Charlie Blackman stands in. And he takes high and wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Foul. So Blackman batting for the first time.
The shadows are a pitcher's friend.
And Blackman goes around 1-2.
And that's where your disadvantage. You just don't see the spin on the baseball, which tips a pitch. And you go up there, you wear glasses, you do anything you can to try and get a better look at it. It's not easy.
And that fastball is high, so it's 2-2.
Well, you see the wind whipping on the uniform of Santiago Casilla.
Got him. Williams blocks it. Blackman tagged out, and that's the ball game. So the Giants win game 2 of this series, and they do it here on a day where they honored Tim Hudson. So that'll please Tim Hudson, and a nice overall job. And oh, and by the way, Jake Peavy gets his 8th win.
Well, and I think it meant a lot to Peavy to be able to pitch so well on Tim Hudson Day, and everybody out there wanted to get a win because of what this day meant to Hudson and the Giants, and indeed they did. So a nice victory.
Final score: Giants 3, Rockies 2. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews in the wrap starts right now.